Just Eff It. Hi, I'm Romy.
Hi, and I'm Carla.
And together we are the
EFF IT Madres.
We are here to invite you guys into stories of some inspiring madres
who have changed their lives through an Eff It moment. So here we go.
Just Eff It. There it goes. 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm recording. You're not recording.
Huh.
Oh, now you are. Now we are. Okay, so Carla and I, way back when, had this short haircut. Carla is a hairdresser. I was actually there when you got into becoming a hairdresser. Like, I was there right when you got out of school. Remember? I had like pink hair and you came to my garage and cut it and you were like just out of hair.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh, yeah. I totally forgot about that.
You like just finished.
Oh, wow. Okay. Totally forgot about it. And I do remember. I came to your garage.
I was living with like Drew on.
I used to do garage haircuts.
Garage haircuts happened. I had like pink hair. You were cutting my hair. I was there like as that journey of yours began. But let's get to like how we met. How are we friends? And first of all, we are not sisters. Basically, you're my sister. I consider you my sister.
Yes, we're sisters from another
mister, but we are not actually blood related. We are both Latin. I mean, so we've got that similarity. I'm Mexican. You are
Honduran.
2 Latin girls, right? With some similar features. And at the time, a similar haircut. I mean, literally.
And similar style.
Everything.
It was like the creepy, guys, it was the creepiest thing to have people be like, oh, hey, Romy. And I was like, who's Romy? And I guess people called you Carla, which creeps me out because I was never on a show. So like why anybody knew my name.
Because you were so
creepy.
hot. And like so let me just paint the picture for everybody. Carla was just total. Yes, we shared the exact same style. I mean, we wore the same type of clothes. We liked the same, everything aesthetically. We just were like, we liked the same thing. And we wore the same haircut. At times we were blonde together. At times we had bowl cuts together. At times we had bobs together. Yeah. I mean, now our hair is like the same. Like,
and a lot of it was not
we
planned.
never called each other and was like, hey, do you want to do this haircut for you know?
Yeah.
It just happened. Yeah. So here's the fun story about this friendship that started over a decade ago. I'm on top of a hotel. This guy comes up to me and he's like, I got to take a picture of you. You look just like my girlfriend. And I'm just like, okay, come on, creep. Like, you're, whatever. So how much can I look like your girlfriend? Or are you just trying to like take a photo of me? Right. But in reality, I did look just like his girlfriend.
Yeah. When he sent me the picture, I was like, where was I that day? Oh, wait a minute. That's not me.
So, okay, time goes by. I'm at the time a makeup artist in LA, and I apply for this apothecary buyer job at Kits in LA. At the time, Kits in LA was like such a big deal, right? That was like the Paris Hilton days.
Yeah.
When all the celebrities shopped there. So it was a big deal. So I remember being so excited going in for my job interview. And who is my boss? The guy on the roof who took a picture of me, who said I look like his girlfriend. So I start working for him. Carla was his girlfriend. They had dated. You can see, like, you guys were like in love, and
then we broke up. And then we broke up.
And then you guys dated. And then we broke up. And then we dated. And then you broke up again, and I was like,
he loved
to date him again too.
He clearly had a type.
Very much a type. So much a type that one of our fights, I'm pretty sure, and I know this happened because I remember it, he called me you. So, yes. So we were very much, but here's the beauty in it, is at one point, and I started filming a reality show on Showtime at like in between all of this, so they're back together. We're all back and forth. Not all of us, meaning like Carla would date, I would date this person. This person kind of like found his way in between. Sure. Carla and I look alike. People are coming up to Carla and being like, you're the girl from the reality show. Like, and then people are coming up to me because
even Mark McGrath. freaking McGrath came up to me and said he loved me on the show. And let me tell you, I was a fan of Sugar Ray back then, so I
You were
took
like,
it.
thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I remember you texting me and you're like, Mark McGrath came up to me and really likes me on the show. And I was like, dude, take it. Because like if anybody came up to me and said that I was you, I would be like, because like you were just flawless everywhere in LA. And so I remember somebody at one night was just like, oh, Carla. And I was just like, thank you. Thank you very much. But I'm not Carla. I'm not her. But we ended up meeting through our on and off boyfriend at the time, all having dinner. And the really cool thing is you and I never didn't like each other. It was never like weird blood, which you would normally get in a situation like this.
Yeah, totally. It felt totally fine. And then the when our friendship actually started, you called me, and I mean, I guess you got we exchanged numbers at some point, but you called me because you had broken up with him and was like, who is better to help me get through a breakup than Carla, who dated him?
Well, not only did I call you to get through a breakup, but at the time I was doing a jewelry line and I thought, hey, I'm going to do this t-shirt for this company, Wake Up Call Tees, who's a great company who does a lot of like LGBT t-shirts, right? I was like, I have this cool idea for my jewelry line and will you come and do it with me? And it was based off of a print I had seen years ago that I loved, but it was like two girls almost kissing, and I was like, oh, this is going to be epic because everyone thinks we look alike. We have the same style. It's almost like that. I mean, that like mirror twin image, And so we took these really beautiful shots of my jewelry and you and I almost kissing, And then this became a t-shirt that did really well. And people loved it. And they still, wear it. We had, and then like, even like Jay from Queer Eye or whatever wore it one time. And like Fortune wore it. And like a bunch of people wore our shirt. And I was just laughing because I was like, is there a better thing to be made? Like to have your ex-boyfriend then see this image all
of his two ex-girlfriends. Almost kissing.
Like everywhere, and like I think we even said one time, like in a joking way, because he's a wonderful human, but like the best thing we got was like this friendship. Like we've just always had a very cool, chill friendship, and you were always supportive of every project I ever did. Whether I was going after this or that, you would always show up in some way. Honestly, I was like, you needed to come out too. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's your time to like come out and have your moment and speak and be you and let people know who you are. I feel like, that's just me personally. Like I feel like you do such a good job behind and supportive, but you have so much to offer, You do.
Well, I appreciate that.
You do. You have so much to offer and you're so smart. And like, if we are twins, it's literally the bad twin and the good twin, and you are the good twin.
Oh, well, I wish I had a little bit of the bad in me, but yeah, look, you with all of this it's like so natural to you. Like I've mentioned before and like on Instagram and stuff, like this is really like, this is very uncomfortable for me to be like here talking to you, like you being able to see me. Like this is definitely very vulnerable, which is something that I tend to stay away from. But I guess I'll go into where I got to, which was my EFF IT moment. I, like about a month ago, it's weird. I came across this is, I don't even know if I told you this, but I came across this Instagram, like it was one of those like cheeseball sponsored things where it says like a free seminar and then like you do it and then it like sells you something else. But
like, sign me up.
But I became inspired. Yeah, I became inspired by this and started to think, I really do want to change my life. I really do want more. And so I know I've always said, even like when I started doing hair, I knew that at some point I wanted to impact people's lives on a grander scale than what I was doing on a day-to-day basis. But I never knew how that was going to happen. And so, as like this past month evolved and we connected and we started talking about how we were at this moment. We're both 40, we have you have a daughter, I have a daughter. And we're like, our lives aren't bad. We're not complaining that our lives are bad, but we know that we need to step out of our comfort zone and we need to try something that is incredibly well, I guess more for me than it is for you because you've done a little bit more of like public stuff, but something that really gets me out of that zone, that because when you're in a comfort zone you're not growing.
Yep.
And I just didn't feel, after I had my daughter, I felt very much like in a weird limbo, like who was I, who am I, who am I becoming, like I don't feel like I was my old self, but I don't feel like I'm yet this new person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going on. And so it 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 wasn't until she was like 8 months that I found this community, this virtual community of moms, a mom group online, and they were so encouraging and so supportive, and it just made me realize how much I wanted to create something like that somehow, not even thinking about like a podcast or doing something together. It was just like, how great would it be to like create a space for more moms to have access to something more inspirational, other moms that are just like there to help, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when you and I started talking and you started expressing how you were feeling the same way, yes, we started out talking about like online classes and all that, but honestly, that to me just felt so empty and vapid. It really didn't
When I
feel
think
like it
about
was
it
going to be
now, it
fulfilling.
feels
And
like so disconnected.
totally disconnected, even though I'm a hairdresser and you're a makeup artist. Like it does make sense, but it, for us personally, it doesn't. Like for our hearts, it doesn't. So when we kept talking about this F it moment, that we were just like, F it, I need to change. F it, I just want to like, I want to do something I've never done before. That's what got us to start being like, I'm sure there's got to be other moms, there's got to be other people out there that are feeling this, especially moms. And it's a harder thing to act on when you have a family, when you have kids, to like follow and take that step, because you have these lives that depend on you. So as like a single person, yes, it's scary, but like it's just you. But when you have children or you have a partner and children, it's a lot riskier to do. And so, but we've heard already so many stories of women who have just like done what they've needed to do because they hit that F it moment and they decided to change their lives. And now they're living amazing lives. And they did it when they had kids and, all that sort of stuff. So that's where it brought us to making this podcast. And, we call it the F it Madres because honestly, that is where we're at. We are, I guess as a disclaimer, we should say
Yes,
we will eventually probably drop some F bombs here and there
it's
just
gonna
because of the,
happen.
we
Yeah.
really wanted to call it, yeah, we really wanted to call it the, fuck it Madres, but, we got some advice. Maybe that might not be so great. So we're going to keep it as clean as possible, but just as a forewarning, we
We
may,
know that there's some of
drop
you
some
moms out
bombs.
there where
But
your kids are not thrown off by hearing a good F bomb here and there. And then we know that there's some of you moms where you don't want your kid. And we want to be respectful of both, but we also want you guys to know that if it happens and you have children around, we we're here for all of you.
hence my censored cup.
I think so many people, and I said this to you earlier, and I don't think you know this. So many people have seen you in some realm through social media or out
Mm,
there, or like you're like quietly, but like really there. You have a presence, but it's like kind of quiet. And I have to say, as your friend, I'm excited that people get to know you a little bit deeper, and like you're not like you're a hairdresser, you're a mom, like share with everybody because I want them to like really understand like just a little bit, like you went to school, where you're from, you're a hairdresser now, and like I think just kind of like a little bit about like what you've been into and who you are, and like how, the shift like you said happened is something like when you
yeah.
became a mom, that shift happened for you, kind of figuring out who you are now. Who were
Hmm.
you
I mean,
before that
okay,
shift
who I
happened?
who I was before the shift happened was I was incredibly like, I was very much like a workaholic, and I always strived to like I thought it was right to
Yes.
work to the bone and be like working 60, 70 hours a week. Like I thought that was normal. I thought that was what everybody needed to be doing in order to show that they were successful. And it is so not where I'm at now, like at all. I realized like how toxic that was and how I like really beat myself into the ground doing that. And I also don't want that for my family. Like, I luckily enough, December of
Mhm.
2019, I decided to just start taking clients on my own and privately. Thank God, because then COVID hit and I already was working on my own and my schedule was so much more flexible. And I was just like, how have I not been doing this for so long? Like this is how people should be. Like I said, my I'm not complaining that my life is bad. It's not. Like I do have like a lot of flexibility. It's just what I'm looking for now is a deeper meaning. And I think the main reason why I became a hairdresser was because of the connection that I make with people when they're in my chair and the fact that I am able to make them feel good, even if it's for like a temporary amount of time and even if it's superficial, it's still something that I'm able to do for that person. And so, but I knew even starting doing hair, I still knew in the back of my mind, this is still not enough, but this is like that step towards whatever it is it's going to be that I do later
Yeah.
on in life. And so now I feel like this is it. Like, this is a way for me and us to be able to like really impact and affect people, women. Yeah, have a much deeper
Have that connection.
connection with and with moms. Like it, it's interesting. Like when you don't have kids, it's not your fault. Like you just don't know. You
Yeah.
just don't know what it's like. And then once you're a mom, you're like, oh my
Yeah.
God. Like now I see women walking down the
No.
street.
Which is funny too, because
Yeah.
you saw me as a mom for the first years, and that was an interesting dynamic. And now I feel like I want to just throw this in like wherever it needs to be, but you were there when I became a mom and watched me be fully a mom, and then your daughter's a few years younger, but like then you became a mom. And don't you think that our bond,
Totally.
even through both of us
100%.
being a mother over the last few years,
Such a
got
different
so
level.
much
Like you
closer
it's
on
just like
such
you
a
just
different
don't
level?
understand when you don't have a child, and it really like moms are connected. They really are. Like when I was just going to say when I walk down the street and I see a mom with a
Yeah.
stroller or more than one kid, I'm like, I see you. I see you. Like I am
Yeah.
here. We are partners in, like yeah.
But
I
how do
mean,
you do that?
for
How
us,
do you
I
do
think
that with
creating
moms,
this space is a way for us to be able to provide that. And I mean, at least that's our hope. I hope that that's what this does, and it's able to provide a much deeper connection with people and understanding that like we all got each other's backs. Like, that person that's like what I would love, this to
Yeah.
be is that one person hearing a story about of someone that's like, fuck it, I just want to like get up and move around and like lose that weight I've always wanted to lose. Just for someone else to be like, yeah, girl, you go, girl. Like even
Yeah.
if she's like not typing it, yeah, even if she's not typing it in, she's
Yeah. Like,
literally in
we
her
got
car
you.
saying like,
Yes.
"Yes, girl, yes, like do that."
What part, Carla, and you did finally like not have the fear to come to me and be like, fuck it, I'm going to do
Well,
this
I
with
think
you?
it first initially started, well, with me thinking about me first, because I was like, like, what do I need to change? What do I need to change?
Yeah.
I'm there
Yeah.
was a there
Yeah.
was a mixture of anger and
Yeah.
excitement that I was feeling at that moment. Like I need something different. I need a change. I'm sick and tired of this. Like I do envision bigger things, like me doing bigger things, but I don't know exactly what. So yeah, when because I was thinking of like, oh, online courses and like doing beauty stuff, but I don't know, like it just didn't call on me to do that. But the reason that
It didn't excite
No, it
you.
didn't excite me at all, but I thought that would be
It
perfect
didn't
for
excite
you
you.
because, you know, you have like this history of being in public and people seeing you and like you have a big following and like, you know, you have such a bubbly personality. So
Mhm.
like people gravitate towards you. So I was like, that's perfect for you. Like, why are you doing this? But yeah, like once you suggested it, I did. I took a second and I was like, that's like really interesting. Let me think on that one for like a second. Yes, like we need to do this. Like I don't know what yet, but let's figure this out.
But you really had that "fuck it" moment, and, like, I have to say because I'm a friend and I know you, and you
Yeah,
are so
very
carefully you
cautious.
think through your actions. You've always been the workaholic
Mhm.
or really thought about what you're doing, the next step, very guarded, and this is why you've been so successful in your life, and you finish projects that you start, and I admire you, you know, and, my life is a little more all over the place and
You still have
because
achieved a
I don't
lot.
think things through very well. So, the direction went in different ways, but like watch but like watching you take that moment and be like, you know what? Like when you responded back, like, I'm gonna do it. I want to do it. Like fuck it, we're doing this, Romy. And you haven't stopped since because it's not your personality or mine.
Yeah.
Once we decide we're gonna do something, for the most part, we're gonna do something. It's getting to that moment.
Yeah.
And this one was definitely a fuck it moment for
Oh
you.
yeah.
As like someone who loves you and is your friend. It was like
A t com
very bold for you
Yes,
to
a
put
complete
yourself
like,
out
I
there
literally
in
had
this
a
way.
switch flip. Like I remember the feeling when it happened. I was like, "That's it.
Yes.
Nope, this is it. Like, this is changing," and I have
Yeah.
not reverted back. It's the craziest thing. So, I'm
Yeah.
happy, like,
And then having someone like you on the side of it, like everybody needs like somebody like you. And that's what I hope we can be to somebody else. Because as soon as we said F it, you've just been like you're just on it. You're with it. We're doing this, we're doing that. Like I can break down and cry and you're like, nope, we own it. Like let's keep going. And I feel like that is your like gift. That is your gift. So
Mhm.
I am excited to bring what you bring
Aw,
to us, to other women where it's like you really are encouraging, you think it out, you
aw,
push it, and I think people are going to get that from you from this, which it's like if you didn't say F it and you didn't put yourself in front of people with that mindset
right.
that you have, you're holding back
Aw,
what you offer to other mothers. And so many moms probably have something beautiful that they offer
yeah.
other mothers, but they're
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah. Well,
too
gosh,
afraid or don't know how
you
to tap
flattered
into
me
it.
so much. Like, I'm, like, feel all embarrassed and fuzzy and warm. I really appreciate everything you said. Like, it's always nice it's nice to hear you say those things because I feel like I've had such a like, negative talk for me in my head has been such a big thing that, like, that's why doing this is that big of a deal for me because, like, the voices in my head that are like, "Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Like, who are you?" Like,
It
those sort of
is.
things, and I'm literally like, "You know what? Fuck you." Like, "This time around, I'm not listening to you." And yeah, I
You're not. And I remember at the beginning, you had that I think one time you're like, "Well, I don't really like." It was kind of like, no one really wants to like kind of like hear me. Okay, like or my like what do I have to offer?
yeah,
And I know
I
that
know.
dialogue is something that like
I know, it's
all of
so
us
bad.
hear in our voice. And then I watched you just be like, "Fuck it." Literally, "Fuck it." And then it's going to be beautiful for everyone watching your journey right now through this now and to see you really own that and what you offer and what you give back. And I hope that the same with whatever I have, to offer and give back. But I hope that other moms see that as well and know that like, dude, like tap into what
Yeah,
that voice is, ignore it, fuck off kind of thing, because you probably have something really special to offer the community that's in your home, your friends,
yeah.
your church, your
Oh,
schools, whatever, the women around you. So, I mean, there's definitely a reason we landed in this being the
so
project that we're doing.
so
And it
organically.
happened
Yeah, and,
so
like,
organically
you and
and
I
did
may
not
look
start with
similar, but
this
we're
being
so different in the sense of, like, you are, like, pure raw passion, like, you wear your heart on your
So
sleeve,
different.
you're that person, you know, like what you're going through. And I'm like, I mean, when two ex-boyfriends give you "You're as cold as ice" as a theme song, that explains enough as to like what type of person I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which mine, let's just say that, yeah. Carla
Yeah.
was the cold as
Tender.
ice, and I
Tender,
was
yeah.
nicknamed Tender.
Yeah.
Literally Tender
Totally,
Romy.
totally
So you
different.
can see the, like,
Yeah.
yeah, the
But, like,
difference.
you're
It
my
was the cold as ice and the tender. Yeah.
yeah. But
So much
you're the
alike,
yin
so
to my yang.
similar, but so different. Yeah, you're the yin to my yang. No, literally, that's like us. We're like, we work together. We've always been like this great piece. And even I will say, like, I said that when we were coming up with this, I was like, Carla, there's
Yeah.
always been something about us together,
Yeah. It's
that
true.
like, why don't we just like
Yeah.
use that? Because like we should. And then we were able to, like, you were able to see it. And it's like, there's a reason we've always had that, and now how do we use it for something good? And like, I will say, and I've said to you, I have done this in the past. I have done things like this in the past or been public in the past, but I have never had an opportunity to really dive into something that I'm older. I'm a mom now. I'm 40. That was a long time ago. I've grown
Yeah.
up to really be in control
Mhm.
of what my voice is. I didn't have that opportunity in the past, and so this is really exciting for me to be the one who's in control of what my heart wants, my messages, what I
Yeah.
want to do, and there's
Yeah.
nobody
100%,
telling
and it's
me
so empowering.
what to do. And if you
Totally.
don't want somebody
It's very
controlling
empowering.
you, do it yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it is completely.
Mm.
It feels very, like you said, I feel very free. And it's the first time I don't have like
Yeah.
a producer or someone editing me a certain way or creating a content that doesn't feel true to my heart, and I feel super excited. I want to jump on what you said though, Carla, because I think when we were having this conversation, I was sharing that in the midst of this moment, I had some friends from like my church. We were having these conversations, these text messages in the morning, motivating one another. Like, how can I be praying for you this week? Or what do you need support in this week? And like
Mhm.
some of it was like, oh, I need to get up and be walking as a mom, a new mom. I'm not walking. I'm not taking care of my body. And so I love to work out. I know you
Right.
love to work out. And I was like texting for a few
Yep.
days, like, get
Mhm.
up, get out, take that 10-minute walk, just get your coffee and go for a walk with the baby. And I was like, you know what? Women need to feel inspired by one another. And some of us are stronger in some areas and stronger in other areas. And how do we be a voice to somebody that needs to hear that
Mhm.
motivation? And as you were bringing this on, like you were trying to figure out kind of who you are now and what you want to do. And we do change. I think what you said is important because who we were before we were moms and then who we are after, it's like a
Mhm.
beautiful growth, but you do change and
Mhm.
you do.
But it's
It is
confusing.
confusing. And you want to know, like, who am I now? Do I still
Yeah.
want to just be a makeup artist? And if so, that's fine, you know.
Right.
But for
Yeah.
me, and I know for you, because we've talked about this, and I think a lot of moms understand this. I really want to do something that my daughter is proud of, and not that she's not proud of the fact
Yes.
that I'm a working mom,
100%.
or that that I am who I am, because she's going to be proud of me, I hope, no matter what. But I really wanted to be doing something that I could share with her, um, that I was
Yeah.
really proud of. And this is something that
Yes.
I am proud of. And I know that our daughters will look back
Mhm.
on and be like, that's so cool. That they were
Yeah.
women. Hopefully,
Hopefully.
yeah.
I mean,
No, not hopefully. They will,
yeah.
unless they're
My
just little shits. They're gonna look. They're gonna look at us and be
yeah.
like, "That's great."
Well, my
Okay.
therapist said you can't really
Yes.
control, what your daughter is going how she's going to look at you, but you should be proud of you for you. And the fact that for me, I grew up with not really having a super strong like female power sort of like, I mean, my mom was great. She was there all the time, but like for my daughter, I want her to see that there's, other things that she can do, especially with how everything is going in
Yes.
the world
Yes.
now. Like, she has a
Yes.
voice, and she is
Yes.
strong, and she is capable, and she is worthy, and we tell her that every night when we put her down,
I think what you
because
said,
I just
Carla, right there,
wish.
though, with the way the country and the world, whatever you may be, wherever you're coming from, women in general, and it's
Yeah.
important right now for us to speak that into our children, our
Yes.
little girls, you know?
Yes. I think so. I think so. Like when I hear what I say to her, how I wish I would have been told that as a child. You know, I mean, I feel like I would have been able to do. I mean, not that I obviously I'm aware of it now and I'm making changes now, but I'm like, fuck,
Yeah.
I'm 40.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah. But
I'm
fuck it,
40,
because you're
so
40 and you're
I would
doing
just
it, you
I
know?
yeah, I just want her to like have a little bit of a
Yeah.
head
And you
start.
know what,
You know what
Carla?
I
It's like
mean?
you're
And know
like,
that
even if she
she can do.
doesn't, say we do everything we can for them to get a head start and they don't. You know what? I pray that one
Yeah.
day they have their fuck it moment, their F it moment, and they go after something that they want. Or, you know, after we opened up this conversation, it was really awesome to get all these stories and women wanting to share and hear people's passion. Like, I had that. I'm going through that. This is what I did. And I want to say this,
Yeah.
when you come to this podcast, we want you to hear people in the midst of it, just like you and I. We are literally in the middle of our
Mhm.
F it moment. You guys are like a part of
Yes.
it.
You
You're
are seeing the visual production of
of our
our
F it
effing
moment.
moment right now, or hearing it, hearing
This
it.
is it. This is us figuring out. And like you said, I think it's important. Listen, we're like, I've always been, I'm just going to be honest, like really terrified to do things on my own. It's the truth. Like, I get scared to do things really just like on my own. And this is something that I am just doing, you know, and our time with our family, it, you know, it's, we've got to make extra time to do this. It's a little bit extra financial to put into it, you know. That can be scary when you have a
Mhm.
family and bills and things that are priority. Um and just making time for, as you know, as a parent, like yourself, your partner, you know, your job that pays the bills.
Mhm.
And then most of that, I feel like, is what holds a lot of us back from like, we almost get settled into like, well,
Yes.
this is life. So all those dreams or things that I had,
Yeah.
they're kind of on the back seat, or they're not gonna, they didn't happen, they're not gonna happen, because now I'm a mom and this is my life and this is my
Yeah.
family. Well, fuck it, you can still have all that.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with those people
No.
that wanna do that. There's nothing wrong, but, like, who we're trying to target are the
Want
people
it.
that they know
Mhm.
that they want, and they know that where they are at is not enough. They know that they need to make changes, but they need that little
Yeah.
push. And so bringing people on, like everyday moms, we want to get to a point like, these other podcasts where we get like these big people on and whatever we strive for that. But we really want to focus on everyday moms, people that are just listening. You who is listening right now, if you have this moment and you're
Or you
feeling
want
this
this
and
moment.
or you've gone
Yeah.
through it, you want this moment. We want to hear from you. We want to hear why you're there, and if you've taken the step, what made you do it and how your life has changed because of it, because it's that step that is the
Yeah.
hardest thing for people to take. And once you're able to take that,
It
it's
starts
like a
rolling.
little ball rolling down a
Mhm.
hill getting bigger
Yep.
and bigger. Yeah. So that's essentially the space that we want to create here, is for women to be able to come and listen and be like, you know what? She's a mom just like me. She's a teacher, or she's a, stay-at-home mom, and she did that. I can do it too.
Yeah.
I can do it too. I'm no
And I
different.
think it's
I'm
important
no
to
different.
say this as well, that like, this isn't even just about careers. I want to make sure that you guys know too. Ours
Right.
personally is about a career move, change, like financial situation. Us really want, that's just Carla and I being on a very similar moment and saying, F it. We still have an
Yes.
opportunity to grab that. Our lives are not over. We are
Mhm.
not dead. We are alive
Mhm.
and well, and we have the opportunity. We're still
Yes.
kicking to grab the things
Yeah.
that make us really happy. But we want to hear, and I want to open and invite all of you that are moms, like, whether you're on a place of your identity, if you're on a place of spiritual change, or you're on a space of, you know, your family, something you need to do for your family, whether that be adopting children or closing people off in your life, moments that literally are so big that they change the dynamic and the path of your life. There are moments that are so big just within your family that take a lot for you to get to, that change everything that your child sees, that you bring to your family, to your spouse, to your work, to your home. And it's those little moments, that F it moment where you just go, I'm making a change, I'm done. And we've heard stories, where it's even just, I stopped speaking to, let's say, my father. It was the biggest moment I could do and the hardest thing I could do, and it changed everything for our family. So we really want to hear just the courage and how you got there, what it did for you, to get that ball rolling, to make that decision. And we would love to share success stories, people that went after it and failed, because failure is part of it.
Yeah, totally. It doesn't even matter whether you succeeded or failed. It's the fact that you went after it, that you tried. And anybody that's tried something, whether they failed or not, something changes in them.
Yeah.
So like hearing those stories as well are very inspiring, because they're even at mental shift, like after having done that and they failed, they have a mental shift. They're a different person. And that's really inspirational.
I mean, you and I, over the last few weeks since we started this, like, well, we're talking all the time now. We would Marco Polo and check in and stuff. Now we're working together. So we're always checking in, but it's like, we wake up and it's like, God, I feel good. I feel so like on fire. I haven't felt like this, and I haven't been able to use maybe the creative side of my brain that needs to be working, or the business side of my brain that I really love to live in. Like, I've been keeping a human alive, and I'm killing it, and I'm doing a good job. But like, there's these other parts of me that want, that, that wants to like be working. And when you feel it, I the whole morning and day changes right now for me.
Totally.
And that's, I can only speak for myself, but I want my daughter to see me loving my life,
Yes.
like I want her to see that.
Feel the same way.
And it's okay that I cry or break down, or mom's stressed, or even last week she wanted something and she was like getting her wallet out to help contribute to buy something at Target, and I was like, bless you. And she was like, Mom, I know we don't have the money, so can I bring my wallet? And I was just like, you're the sweetest, I know, but it's like, I love that she sees how hard I'm working and is learning that, but I want her to see me really love what we do. And ultimately, like, you're so good at this, Carla, and you've helped me, but Carla is like queen. And I know you read a lot of inspirational quotes and do a lot of books and all the learning, but like voicing it.
I have it tattooed all over me.
Voicing it, saying it, and owning it. So when I say we are going to be super successful, and we're going to be successful in sharing stories and inspiring women, and we are going to be able to make this what we do, I have to say it. I have to own it. I have to be it. And I say that not to be cocky, or you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't good at that. I did a lot of the ifs, and Carla will shut me down and be like, when. So I'm learning, like, I'm rewiring my brain, and I hope that you and I can help kind of rewire that dialogue in another woman walking their kid in the morning, and they're like, fuck it. Like,
I mean, if we can do that for one person, then we've achieved our mission here. Like, even one, that would be so gratifying.
And I think you guys seeing, we wanted you guys to see. That's why right now our Instagram is like a hot mess raw, right? We haven't even done our photo shoot yet. Like, we have one set. It will look good. It'll be professional, we promise. But like right now, we're like, when we look back, when we are super successful with this and we look back, we want someone to see where we were at when we started. So that is why
we want it to be so transparent.
And I mean, I think we have a photo on our Instagram up of you and I from like the reality show, like a clip of it from over a decade. That's what
Oh,
that
really?
photo is that says Romy and Carla. I mean, it's like we don't even have
Oh,
like a
okay. Okay.
professional photo, and like, yeah,
Oh, yes,
yeah, yeah.
yes, yes. Okay.
I mean, we bought the microphone,
Yes, I
we
do.
bought
I
the
do know.
light. I got the camera. We're doing the cups. We're here. We're
Yeah. 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 We're letting you see. That's another thing that I think is really important because we're bringing you on our EFF IT moment here is seeing that we don't have any of this together and we don't know what we're doing, but we're trying and we're figuring it out. And we want you to see that because I think a lot of the times if we're listening to things or watching things, people have edited themselves so much that you're like, that's unattainable
yes,
and I can't really relate to
yes,
that. That person has got their shit together. But like, we don't have our shit together and most people don't
right.
have their shit together. So why don't
No,
we show
no. I
people
mean,
that we don't have our shit together?
100%. I mean, being up till midnight last night after learning how to work this software and staying up late and trying to figure out how to. I know that this is now going to be my job, but I
Yeah,
don't
the
even
on
know.
button.
Like, I don't know what to do. I woke up this morning. I can't even tell you how exhausted I was. I mean, like,
Yeah.
next level tired, next level tired. And all I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking in my head is
Yeah.
just keep going. This is worth it. These late nights, it's going to be worth it.
Yeah.
All of it is going to be worth it. But we're with you guys. We're with you moms that just put a baby to bed and all you want to do is lay down for 1 hour and be alone. But we want you
No.
to see,
Mm-hmm.
hopefully, that by doing this, we actually create way more hours for ourselves and way more hours with our child
Yes.
and way more hours with our family. That's the
Yeah.
goal, right?
That is the goal.
To,
That is the
create
goal.
a work and something that like really brings value to every part of our life. And for us, I know for me, like you said, Carla, it's not that we have bad lives and we're very blessed. We have great lives. We've, all that we need. Um, I am like ready. I'm just ready for the shift. And I visualize
Yeah. Yes.
what my life is supposed to look like the vision board, and I
Yes.
want it.
Yeah. Same. Same.
Yeah.
And I know that you and I have that. We just need to put our negative talk away, which I think we're doing because
We're
we're doing
doing.
this, but
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, we need to follow what has always been in us, but we've just kept away because life got in the way.
Yeah.
And, so now we're finally at that point and it's really liberating.
It is.
It's like one of the most liberating feelings to be like, I posted that story on
Yeah. Which I love
on
you.
the
I love you.
Instagram account. I would never have said or posted something like that even a year ago. But I was like,
I
fuck it,
basically
I don't
told
care.
Carla,
Like,
I was
yes, I
like,
have a
listen,
staff.
you need to show a story. Can you post a story so people can get to know you? And she's literally cooking like in her kitchen with her family, talking about like waxing her mustache, and she'll put her face on and don't worry, we're coming to you. And I'm just like, I love you because that is what it is. Like, as soon as I get my baby down,
Yeah.
as soon as I'm done making my family some food, I'm gonna put it together, and she always looks flawless. And I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna come through. It's real.
Yeah.
We're working around our schedules. We're working around where our kids are not, you know, there. So we can
Yeah.
do this. But I hope that it inspires anyone tuning in for this. And I hope that you are
Yes.
excited to hear these stories because every story is going to be different. Every story is going to be something
Mm-hmm.
that inspires us, that keeps us going, that
Mm-hmm.
reminds us. It's easy to lose why you did it, once you get rolling. It's easy to lose
Yes.
that initial
Yeah.
effort moment. And my prayer is that every time I hear somebody and another woman come on here and share theirs, I'm triggered. I'm reminded why I'm doing this. I'm reminded of that power in that moment and like almost keeping it
Right.
alive.
Hope.
So
Yeah. It'll be the fuel. It'll be the fuel for me anyway, and from sure for you to keep us going.
100%.
That's the reason we're doing
And I
this.
want it to be my hope is that when you're done listening, that you're just like super inspired, motivated, whether you're a mom or you're just a woman, just hearing someone's story. I think it will really, my prayer or my hope is it will be something that like either you can look back on and be like, man, I remember when I had that. I love hearing other women have it. I want to have that moment. They're inspiring me to have that moment. Or I'm currently in it. And it's so rad to know that there's another mom out there that's in it too and just figuring it out. So every
Mhm.
round we hope it does hit, like translates basically.
Well, I mean, I would say I think the goal would be to ultimately build a community around the podcast. So it's not just the podcast, but it's like we've built like, the EFF IT Madres community where people online can come together. Like we do the tours and people come and like we're all together and we're talking in person and we're sharing these moments and it's motivational and things like that. Like I don't know. I feel like we want to create
Yeah.
a movement.
I'm with you too.
Like that we or the
The
effort
epic
revolution, as
revolution,
like
the
I say,
epic,
our future
yeah,
book
the epic. My
title.
friend was really sweet the other night, and I
Yeah,
was like, I'd love to interview you. Like, I love your story. She's like, just in the middle of her epic moment, and she goes, "Oh my God, Romy!" And she was like, "I want to be part of the epic community," and I was just like, "That's so cute." Like, yes, like I love
yeah,
that you want to be a part of it because I ideally, like for me, and I'll put that out there, I want to see us and I will see us sitting in some huge space with thousands of women and moms with someone on stage just totally inspiring a huge community of people.
yes,
That is like that's what I see.
hmm
And that's what
yeah. I
I
see
want to
that
happen.
too.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, same thing. I see the same thing. Like I mean, I you took the words right out of my mouth. So yeah, I'm right there with you, sister. We want the same
We've
things. We
always
have the
wanted the
same goal with this
same things,
podcast.
the same haircut, the same boyfriend,
I
the same
know.
goal.
Yeah.
So
So
here we
here we
are
are.
going after the same thing and we're going to have
Yeah.
it. And again, like we did this, we've recorded it. It looks like it's been recorded. I think it's in the computer. I think it's in the cloud.
I think so. It's
it's in
in the
it's in the
computer.
computer. Like it's in there, right? Like the show is in here.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
might have a show for you. And if we do, this
Yeah.
was the most raw.
Yeah. Yeah. With how much you've grown with all the years that I've known you and seen you go through so many things, like you're talking about me offering something. My God, like you could now be everyone's therapist. Like you have learned so many tools and I like you have grown into such a beautiful, strong mama that like you also have so much to offer all these people that are gonna be
I
listening,
love
like,
you.
it
I
really
love
is,
you.
like,
I'm like,
we really I mean, it sounds like almost sounds like conceited that we're saying this, but, like, we really are great together.
yes, moving forward, you will be hearing these stories that you heard tonight from so many beautiful, amazing people that we are excited to get to know. I want to just state go ahead and
The
follow us on
Effort
Instagram.
Madres.
Carla, what's the Instagram?
Yeah, it's
The name, it's at
EFBTH
Effort, the Effort
yeah,
Madres.
yeah,
Follow us on Instagram. Go to our website to subscribe to the page so you know what's happening, what's going on. We're still figuring all that out too. So bear with us. And then if you are somebody who basically heard what we were
yes.
saying and you feel inspired and you want to come on, please send
Mhm.
us a message, email us at the website, DM us. We want to
Yes.
hear your stories. We
We
need to
need
hear your
more of you
stories because
Effort
this doesn't work
mamas, we
without your
really, really
stories.
do. For Effort Madres.
So episode 1 done. So I think this is where we can just say together,
Just
just
fuck
fuck
it.
it.